We're there. Yes, it is now.
Okay then, so good evening everybody. As I say, this is our environment meeting for the 14th of January. Agenda item 1, apologies. As I say, can we go through the apologies again there, Catherine, please?
Yeah, we've got Paul Scott and Herbert Briggs, both of who are doing the COVID vaccination clinics today.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Anyone else on the floor?
Through the chair, please.
Yes.
There's just a message just came through off Councillor Johnny Hunter, saying that the link won't let him into the meeting.
Oh, send him. Yous have all got him, but there's a couple who haven't for some reason.
The one that you sent today it was for a planning one on the 7th of. December.
That one, I don't know why that's gone out to everybody. It's weird.
He's maybe trying to use that one.
Right. Brian, I've just sent that one again. Then there's just the 3 of them who can't seem to get in for some reason.
What I usually do is I've got Zoom downloaded on my laptop, and off the email I get the identity of the room and the passcode, and then I enter them off the email, just in case the link doesn't work, because if you use the passcode and the room identity, it lets you in every time.
Yeah,
you're right there, Will, because I had to do that tonight. Usually it just says the host will let you in and I get on, but I had to put the ID and the password in myself.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is tonight then. Johnny's here. Yeah, there's John.
John now, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So again, item agenda 2, declaration of interest. To receive any declaration.
Excuse me, through the chair, can we do a roll call, please?
Certainly, yes,
Because I don't know, we don't know who's here, do we?
I can see who's here.
Yeah, but it's just for paper trail for the public.
Okay, do you want to do that, Catherine?
Yeah, sure. So we've got Councillor Harrington.
Here, yes, present.
Councillor Armstrong.
Present.
Councillor Ryan Briggs.
You're on mute, Ryan.
Here and present. I couldn't get it.
Okay. Jed Glacier. Councillor Jed Glacier. No, I think he's one of the ones who's had an issue. Councillor Johnny Hunter. He's there? You there, Johnny? Yeah. Councillor Stephen Stoddart. No. Councillor Wilkinson.
Present and correct.
And Councillor Williams. Yeah.
I'm here.
Right, hold on. We're having somebody else come in now. There we go. Councillor Stoddart. Hello.
Okay.
Right,
So,
okay.
Are you ready for the item 2? Declaration of interest. To receive any declarations of interest relating to matters which appear on this agenda which have not been previously declared on members' declarations of peculiar interest and other interests. Are there any interests to declare? Councillor Wilkinson?
Previously declared, Madam Chair, but I am the Secretary of Finance Allotment Society, and I'm also the Chair of the Allotment Committee. Both previously declared.
That is noted, Councillor Wilkinson. Thank you. Item agenda 3, exclusion of press and public bodies admission to meetings, Act 1960. Are there any reasons why we should exclude the press or public?
No.
There's none there today. Item agenda 4, the minutes of the previous meeting. To receive the minutes of the meeting on the 12th of November 2020 and affirm them as a true record. Could I have
them?
Thanks, Carol.
Move
Can I
them,
second,
please.
please? Councillor Wilkinson, thank you. Item agenda 5, allotments. To receive a brief report on the cost of Fenan's allotments from Councillor W. Wilkinson as this develops into a self-management allotment. Are you ready for the statement, Councillor Wilkinson?
Yes, Madam.
Thank you.
As per the previous meeting, the request is to remove, or should I say, take Fenan's allotments into self-management. This will be a cost-saving exercise to the council. Previously, there has been quotes put in with regards to work required at Fenan's, just to supply security down there, there is costings which I've forwarded on to you all. That was previously done by our parks manager of over £21,000. I today, in order to take the allotments out of council control, I'm putting a grant application in to help keep these allotments secure and also let them be out of council control and be no further cost to the council. As reported, the previous fencing that was costed up was over £21,000. I am today putting in a funding request for to do exactly the same job at a total cost of £4,385.25. This is not only just the allotments going self-management, this is also a community programme with the support of the school, which we also intend to create raised beds, a disabled accessible garden to be used by the disabled, to also bring this allotment section available to the council to be used by the Friends of Vulcans Park, which they can use for to rear plants, etc. And we also have the school involved, where Victoria Junior School is receiving the first ever time their own allotment, which I want to bring in on the curriculum with the school with regards to growing their own food and having competitions at school, etc. The project also, with the tree planting programme that we've done, brings in the biodiversity, the carbon footprint, global warming, nature. It brings in everything, and the headmistress of Victoria Junior School is fully on board with the project. And we intend to supply them with some growing beds. And we also intend to supply the council with its very first own composting area. At the moment in time, the leaf fall cuttings, etc., there is nowhere for it to be put, and it is being put on empty allotments. We intend to give the council their own composting area, and for to do this, we've reduced the cost from over £21,000 down to the claim, which is £4,385.25. But in order for us to continue with the project, we also require the land, which I have shown in previous presentations, is now cluttered. We would request for the land to be cleared of fly tipping, some of which is actually items that the council has put on there, which was going to be removed, but is still there. We also would like the council to install a water meter on the water supply that comes in, so that we pay for all water that we use. And the only other thing we request is the return of the rents for this year's growing season. And the reason for that is because we have to acquire our own public liability insurance and also join the Allotment Association, the National Allotment Association. So I would like you to consider this application and also to allow us to go into self-management, because this grant would be a one-off. It would not be anything else. We believe we will be funding ourselves. There is other grant applications through other means, and we intend to remove the burden from this council. The fencing is £1,784.85. This is what has been priced up by the council's own ground maintenance crew. We also require 6 gates. The pricing is there at £433.40 per gate. It would have only been 5 gates, but because we are creating the composting area for the council, there'll be vehicle access into there. So we need another gate for allow the disabled in. So that's a total of 6 gates and 103.65 metres of the cheapest fencing that could be sourced which is day fence at 1.9 metres high. We have a substantial tree planting programme in there to create natural hedge, but obviously it's only whips that's being put in, and it will take 3 to 5 years for this to grow. So this fencing is in order to secure the area. Have you any questions?
Okay, Councillor Wilkinson there on that one. Is there any questions for Councillor Wilkinson from the floor regarding all this? Councillor Armstrong?
I was just wondering, Councillor Wilkinson said, can we sort of look at his application? He hasn't actually put an application in, has he? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
but we haven't seen it then, Catherine.
From last month's meeting, Carol.
Last month's meeting, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't at last month's meeting, so sorry there, Will. But I haven't seen an application form.
Okay. For the benefit of Councillor Armstrong, Catherine, could you put those figures up, please? Have you got them at hand?
Yeah.
Will took us through them
All right. Okay then.
before. Thank you, Hilary.
Okay there on that, because I would like to congratulate you, Councillor Wilkinson, on all the hard work that you have done to take this forward. But I am a little bit amiss about the final figure here. I think I need a bit more clarification, because you're wanting the fly tipping should be done anyhow. No, there's nothing to do, I think, with your application today. I'm quite agree with that happening. I have to see. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it, Catherine. Thanks.
Okay.
The actual costing was done by Alison, which was brought to a previous environment meeting. These are rather aged pricings, but we believe, even though the price of things do go up, we still believe that they are relevant with today's prices.
Okay, Councillor Wilkinson there on. Is
Hilary, you put yourself on mute again.
any more questions to Councillor Wilkinson?
No.
Yes. Linda's raised her hand.
Can't say I've got I can't see anybody's hand.
Yeah, it's Councillor. Oh, there's 2 hands raised. Linda's first.
First there, Councillor. Is that you, Councillor Stoddart?
Williams.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
Councillor Williams was first.
Well,
Yeah,
Councillor
okay,
Williams, Linda was the Councillor Williamson was first. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'd just like to say the 4,000 that he's asking for is a pretty good sum, especially for the future. Then,
Councillor, that's your question, Linda? Councillor.
yeah, it wasn't a question. It was just to say, put forward that it's a very good thing he's doing, especially for the future of the kids in the schools and that as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Councillor Wilkinson. Councillor Stoddart.
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I fully support Councillor Wilkinson's project. I've been following it out the last 3 or 4 months. I think it's absolutely fantastic what he's doing. He's including the local schools, and he gets my support with this 100%. It's a fantastic project, and it'll take this allotment off the town council's hands. In the long term, it'll save us money. So I fully support it, and I wish him all the luck with that.
Okay.
Well done, Willie Wilkinson.
Madam Chair.
Councillor Wilkinson, yes.
Yeah, it's actually a point of order, Madam Chair, just to be fully legal. If we have now gone from questions and entered into debate.
Will, can you come forward, mate? I can hardly hear you.
Can I be here?
If we have gone for, if there is no further questions, Madam Chair, and we are entering into debate, I think the Constitution or rulings mean that I must leave the meeting while you do debate this.
Sorry, Councillor Will, we've got 1 hand up, just Councillor Melton.
It was just
On
a
a point of order, we only have standing orders. We haven't got a constitution.
Well, standing orders, Carol.
Okay.
I would not like us to be accused of doing anything illegal.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. You're just giving a comment. We hadn't gone into the debate, actually, Councillor Wilkinson. I asked people's opinions, but not to debate it at that moment in time. So now we've come to some clarification about this great work that you have been doing. Did you have a question, Councillor Melton?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much, Councillor. It was just to ask why this has taken so long after Councillor Wilkinson put a fantastic portfolio forward at the last two meetings and just seems to be getting knocked back all the time. The work that he's doing down there is absolutely fantastic. And all I see is a group of people who's not helping him at all.
Well, I can't answer that question. I can't answer those remarks, Councillor Melton, there on that one. So we now go into debate. But Councillor Wilkinson, would you like to leave the meeting, please? While we discuss this?
Could you remove me, please, Catherine?
Thank you.
Yeah. Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. Oh.
Councillor Wilkinson, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hold on, hold
yeah, the clerk is about
I'm-
to call me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been removed.
Okay, thank you. So, as I say, the only kind of, I personally 100% behind Councillor Wilkinson to get this done and dusted, because it's a great attribute to him, and also it take over a lot of responsibility, which we have been aiming for the last 11 years to do with allotments. And as I say, I'm all for, as I say, giving Councillor Wilkinson this money to go forward. And as Councillor Melton did mention there on, but things do take time. We've got to go through the proper procedures to do things there on that one. It has got my vote. Does anyone else like to contribute to any kind of suggestion?
Yes,
I'll second that.
Councillor Armstrong?
I was just going to second it.
Okay, thank you.
Madam
So,
Chair.
so Councillor John, well, I don't know your last, I've forgotten your last name. John, did you want to say something?
yes, I was just about to say behind you, Willie. I'm 100% with you, and I hope the committee all thinks the same way. But yeah, I'm 100% behind it.
Yes, So really, I think we should take a vote now in agreement to Councillor Wilkinson being paid this money so we can go forward with his good ideas actually on that one. I'm going to vote anyhow, so vote to go forward.
And I'll-
Councillor Armstrong,
For
Councillor Wilcox.
Eh?
Councillor Wilcox.
I've got one.
Oh God, sorry. And just say yes or no, please. My head's battered at the moment. Sorry, love. Williams. Oh God.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, Linda.
Oh,
Okay, so to move it on, it's unanimous.
Yeah. Stephen Stoddart. Yeah.
Okay, so,
Janet King. Yes.
okay, so to move it
John
on,
Hunter. Yes. Right.
Yes.
Great.
finish what I would like to say there on that one. It needs an urgency here to get this money available to Councillor Wilkinson so they can get on with and do what he has to do and no more delay. So, as I say, it's been this meeting will go to full council. And if we're all there at full council, it should go there as well, go through, okay. So we've got to support it at full council as well to make sure this does go forward.
yes.
Okay,
Correct.
so as I say there on that one. So thank you very much for that. Can we have Councillor Wilkinson back then, please?
I've just sent a message to him to say come back in, but what I'll do is I'll send there's a different type of invite when it's already open.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just have to send him that so he can come back in. Hold on.
Normally, you don't tell the applicant if they're a councillor when they come back into the meeting, but I think he's on edge. He's been on edge long enough
I
regarding.
think so.
Yes, and I think I will tell him. Yes, yeah.
Right.
can I just ask when the full meeting is?
Catherine.
Sorry. Yeah. Will, you can come back in. I've just sent you a link. Yeah, because we're open, it's already in. Yeah, so if you just press on that link, you should be able to come back in. Okay. Okay, bye now. Sorry, the full meeting is
3rd of February, I think.
yeah, full council meeting the 3rd of Feb.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting for. He hasn't knocked on the door yet to come in. Right, here he comes. Amuse yourselves. Yeah, we're all in.
Okay. Right. Right. Councillor Wilkinson, can we see your face? I want to see your face when I tell you this, actually. Can you go on? No. Go on
Will,
mute.
can you put your camera on for us, please? There he is.
Right. Right. Councillor Wilkinson, I'm pleased to
I've
tell
had,
you.
I've had to join via my phone because my computer link won't allow me back in because it says I've had my button smacked. I've been removed.
Oh, well, you've been a button.
Okay. Right. Councillor Wilkinson, I'm pleased to tell you it was unanimous to go ahead with what you've been asking for. And I'm going to say congratulations. And as I say, it's absolutely fantastic what you have achieved in such a short time. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Can I just thank fellow councillors who have actually given their own time and effort who've been down there and helped me plant trees. We've had some hard days doing it, and I would like to thank them very much and congratulate them for that continued support in the project. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers, thank you. Item agenda 6 is the bush shelters. I'll just give a brief introduction to this and I'll pass it over to Catherine. We're basically trying to go ahead with one on the Moss Bay Road because this one is open to all the elements and the people are just standing there and there's nothing to shelter from. So can I pass you over to Catherine to give us any update, please, on the situation? We have enough money in the funds to pay for this year.
Yeah, all we're waiting for is permissions.
Yes.
That's it. We've put in well, Amy has, she's looked who it belongs to and she sent over, and that's all we're waiting for, is someone to say, yeah, it's okay, you can do it. So as soon as we get that, but we'll put a reminder in to say we're still waiting for them to get back to us.
Right. I think can we take a vote now pending approval by the authorities to place a bus shelter on this site? Are we going to take a vote on that, please?
Just for clarification, is it the one at Letterbox?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree with it. I'll go for it anyhow. My vote is to go for it.
Okay, Councillor Armstrong?
For
Councillor Melton?
Yeah, I just want to point out that that is a double yellow line, and I know the bus shelter is in yellow paint as well. Could we not move that bus shelter down to where the old Moss Bay Hotel used to be and get county to put some sort of lay-by in there where the bus can pull in for safety issues? Because there is going to be a serious accident down there shortly.
We can only
People are
ask
parking
you.
on the curb, they're pumping up, cars on the other side of a wing.
Can I just clarify where we are, Councillor Melton? It's
Is
near.
it outside the old? Is it outside? Lily, I can't hear you. Just breaking up.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean, that's breaking up. It's your connection.
Also, Councillor Melton, it is what you very well said, outside the old, near the old entrance to the steelworks there on that one. The highway is there up to them to decide where to put yellow lines, but there's a bus stop already there. We're just wanting a shelter.
Yep. Yeah, there is, but I would like to see if we can get that moved to a safer place. There's a massive.
Can I come in there? It's the Letterbox, Sean, we're discussing, not Moss Bay itself.
Sorry, I apologise.
No, it's all right, and I know it's like Moss Bay, but it's
I'm not getting
part of
full
it.
thing here. It just keeps breaking down as well.
Yeah.
It's opposite the old entrance to the metalwork.
Outside old John's Chippy John.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right, Sean.
Correct. So you all understand where this bush shelter would like to be then? So basically, can we take a vote then, Catherine, please?
Yeah, sure. So we've got Hillary, Carol, and we've got Sean. Are you yay or nay, Sean?
Yay.
Yay. Linda?
Yeah.
Stephen?
For
Janet?
Yeah, for.
John?
Yeah, for.
Will?
Definitely.
And Ryan?
Yeah, for.
Smashing, thank you.
Yeah. So basically, pending permission, we can go ahead and get this done ASP on that, because they are open to the world standing there on that one. So thank you for that one there again. Item agenda 7, and I think this is back to Will again, Councillor Wilkinson, the Nightingale Garden. So would you like to say anything, Will, please?
The only thing I can say is a meeting was held this week. We were given a completion date with regards to the monument and all the groundworks that's ongoing. It's still ongoing. We've now had notification that possibly that the suppliers have said there could be a delay, but there's now ongoing meetings every week with regards to this. There is a meeting there coming from the designer. We had a conversation yesterday in the meeting with regards to the pump that's required, and that is being left down to Steve Marshall, the designer. But everything's still full steam ahead. It's just a case of COVID is holding everything up.
Yes, okay. They can understand the pandemic situation, Will.
Yes.
So thank you for that update there on that one. Item agenda 8 is the Stainburn and Westfield seating and notice boards there on that one. And I will state, and I remember going back when we first started, on our first meeting, there was a number of seats ordered for various wards. This has already been paid for. These seats have been paid for going back May 2019. So we're not talking about costs now. It's, as I say, where to site them really and find a good position that the ward councillors really approve of. And can I start with you, Janet, there on that one to do with Stainburn? It's causing very difficult problems there because there's going to be a licence needed by Alison, costing some £1,000 or more to do it, which is rather ridiculous for one seat.
Can I just say, I'd sort of left it with Alison because she said she was going to look at how much it would cost to have it done, but she said there was a possibility that if they got the licence, they'd be able to use that in the future, not just for one area, so they'd be able to site all sorts of things using that licence. So, as I say, I've left it with her, and I presume she and Catherine maybe would talk about it, or...
Well, I'll pass it on to Catherine, this one, but I personally, for 2 more seats to go up in our wards, it's a lot of money. And if it's only one person that's going to get the licence, if that person happens to leave, do we have to start training another person? So can I pass you over to Catherine, please?
Yeah, my view on this is that from a health and safety perspective, not only for the benches getting fitted, but for the staff as well, I'd rather we had a company come in and do it. I mean, at the moment, the staff have already got a full timetable. You know, we at some point we're going to need to look for an additional member of the estates team, and if they're fitting benches as well, it's not something I would be supportive of unless somebody could give me a good sort of reason why. I mean, I don't mean that sort of defensively. I mean it for their sake and for the sake of putting stuff in. It takes a long time, and it's something that we need experts in rather than splitting their time up again for another thing to do.
Chair, can I just come in there? I haven't got a problem at all with whatever's decided, but it just would be nice to get the seat fitted somehow because it's
I'm happy,
for so long. But I know that it was going to cost a lot because it was Allerdale that were insisting that they fitted it. I can't remember if it was Allerdale or Cumbria County.
Yeah,
they installed it.
Yeah, I can look into it. I'm just quite worried about Alison's time at the moment because she's working more than she should anyway, and I have to give her down the banks just to take a day off in the week. So if I give her something else to do, I'm just more worried about her health and safety. But yeah, we can look into the costs and then see what it's worth.
Okay, as I said before, this has been ongoing since May, June of 2019 to do with Westfield and to do with Stainburn. There are only 2 more seats to be put in. I've had seats put down, memorial benches put down. I think I've there's 7 in Harrington, 3 by the council and 4 by memorials there on that one. And they've been absolutely perfect. So for just 2 more seats to go in, I think it's an awful lot of money and expense to go through, especially wanting to employ more staff. I find it's a little bit, but anyway, anybody got any more thoughts on that one?
Can I just check, Chair? Have we actually got the seats? Have we paid for them, presumably? Have we actually had delivery of them?
Would anybody good memory of that first meeting where there was loads of seats ordered en masse, few our wards, and we took Christus doing that, and they were ordered, and they are in stock. They should be in stock. These 2 seats.
Yeah, that meeting was in the Helena Thompson Museum. I can recall that.
Yes.
Can we have 2 of the seats up outside the Westfield school?
I'm on to that, Sean.
I'll come back to you, John. We're dealing with Steinburn at the moment. So, Janet, coming back to you, how do you feel about this? Are you wanting to change the position where the seat can go, or are you want to go along?
I don't know where else we'd site it. That's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the best place with a notice board there, because it gets the most footfall around that area. But again, if it's not a possibility, or if it's going to be far too expensive, I don't know where else we'd site it, or whether we just let another ward have it, to be honest. But we haven't got much in Steinburn, so.
So can I go back to you, Catherine, on this one? Can we find the total costing now for putting the seat where Janet, Councillor King, really wanted it, and if it's not viable financially to take something, an alternative kind of situation.
Yeah. It's quite an easy thing. It's just a phone call to find out how much Allerdale would want for them to put it in. That's all.
Because as I said before, the seats are paid for. It's just a case of getting them installed now.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you happy with that, Janet? Councillor
Yes,
King?
that's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're moving on to the one at Westfield. This is yours, John.
Yes.
I've requested to find out who owns the land that you would like it to go on, and I think it's perfect where you want it to be. So can I pass you on to Catherine again with some update on the site for this one? I did send an email, Catherine, some time ago to say that Councillor Melton wanted it outside the school at Westfield.
Yeah, as far as I know, Amy was looking at the what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? Permissions to do it, and we've looked at it, and we've not had any permissions back or anything yet. So again, it's just something that it's people just not getting back to us at the moment.
I can recall quite a few years ago there was actually a bench on that site there where I've pinpointed where I wanted at. Yeah. Now I know the problem is I don't know if it's Allerdale land or County Council land. So, but yeah, but going back, there was a bench on there a lot of years ago. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, because when we talk, when we eventually get someone to to talk to, then we can say that all it is we're reinstalling it. That's it.
Yeah. There was actually a bench on there. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
John, just stop a minute. What?
The chair, please.
Why can't we just put a little? Sorry, Chair. Councillor, could we not look at putting a bench inside the gates on the left-hand side on that bank?
Well, yeah.
Then it's Westfield land and not counties.
Well, yeah, that's another option. We're just looking at the option where if it's Allerdale, was reading the problem. We're just waiting for confirmation who owns the land first. Then obviously we'll take it from there. If it's county, then we'll have to go to the second option, which is a good option. What you brought forward to the table. I totally agree with you. But I'm just going to wait to see who actually owns this land first. Then obviously that's back to the drawing board, which is maybe your option. Will be a good option to take. Sure, right?
Right. Thank you for that. There. So we go back to Catherine now on this one. As I said, it's been ongoing for a long time now. And I would like it finalised, what really is, where they see and we can move on from this eventually.
Yeah.
It's been long. It's like a long saga. These 2 seats there on that.
It is,
one.
Yeah.
So
what I can do is just find out very quickly who owns the land, and then I can push forward, because if I can start like making a nuisance of myself and see if I can get people to actually give us the permissions that we need. But what I will do, is it Sean? Is it you that you're Westfield, aren't you, Sean, or is it John?
Me and Sean.
I've already declared it.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll liaise with you to make sure, because I don't know this land, you see.
Excuse me, Catherine.
Sorry, Sean.
I've got an interest in sharing there. I'm actually a shareholder in Westfield Housing.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. Right, well, I'll put that down then as a thing.
Okay.
Declaration of
So
interest.
we're hoping for some advice within 2 weeks on this one. Catherine, has that been reasonable with you?
That's perfectly fine, Hilary. I'll get onto it.
That's fine with you, Councillor John.
Yes, definitely. Yep, no problem.
Okay, so we'll leave it at that then on that one. So hopefully they're installed before the next meeting there on that.
Excuse me, through the chair,
Sorry,
they
Carol.
can, if you're quite right, Hilary, give them a 2-week thing. But if they find out who owns the land
Do it, yeah.
and they get permissions, is it fair that we just take it to full council rather than wait till the next environment meeting?
Well, I think I did point out before, Carol, was my wishes was that if they've already been paid for these seats, they're already in store, and it has been through full council before.
That's fine, that's fine.
There's no need, it's not
Just
necessary.
do it.
Just keep
Yeah,
going.
that's what I was saying. Just do it.
I'd
let's
leave it
do
with the
with
chair
ourselves
to
before
sanction that then.
full council.
Yeah.
So can I go back to what I originally said then, Kath, please? ASP, there's no need to come back to the council anymore other than to say it's been
No.
done. And we can move on with this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hilary, could I just say something? Going back to say, if there's any reason we can't put the bench where we done the site visit, which was obviously if it's county land, to get the ball rolling, as soon as me and Sean find out that we can't have it there, me and Sean will do a site visit right away, and hopefully that was a good idea what Shorts brought up, just to take it inside the gate. So if me and Sean can do a site visit, and we can get back to Catherine and tell her there and then where we want it.
As long as you keep me in the loop, Sean, no problem. Keep me in the loop though, what you're doing.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Where you wanted to go, not where we wanted to
Well,
go.
it all depends. It all depends where we can get permission. Say.
Okay. So you're happy with that?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right.
Sorry, Councillor Wilkinson's got his hand up.
Councillor Wilkinson?
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Chair. What my suggestion was going to be, but it's actually come out, is it maybe speed the ball rolling a bit quicker if Councillor Melton, who does have an interest with Westfield Housing, he would be able to get things moving a bit quicker for them to get the chair done. And rather than you come back to any full council or anything, could I propose that because it's been spoken about at this meeting, that when anything can move forward, that the chair of the meeting be given permission for the sanction having the benches cited.
Okay.
Rather than have to wait for another meeting.
I agree with you, Councillor Wilkinson, but as I stated before, these seats have been paid for. What's been holding it back is somewhere to cite them, permission to cite them. So there's no need to come back to committee at all now. And the two Westfield councillors, Councillor John and Councillor Melton, are quite able to sort themselves out where they would like it to go. And if they can get permission, that eases our workload, as with Catherine. So that's fine by me. Do you agree with that, everybody?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So be in touch with
Yes.
Catherine as soon as possible and we'll get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you there on that one. The next item is agenda 9. It's my patch, this one. And I'm pleased after 4 or 5 years, finally going to get a replacement piece of equipment down at the marina in Harrington. And I'm pleased to say that this one, the piece of equipment that's going in, can take on disabled children in wheelchairs, which I think is such a brilliant idea that possibly we should look into doing other parks as well to include disabled children, because they have every much right to enjoy the children as sit and watch from the sidelines. So basically, being a long-winded on this one, I'm going to pass it back over to Catherine with all the detail, because I think things are really starting to move on this one. So
Okay, we've actually ordered the piece of equipment. I am just checking to find. This always happens every time I come on here, honest to God. Anyway, I'll just tell you about it. It's coming on in February. It's the price with the actual piece of equipment itself is it's just under £6,000. But because of the fitting, it's almost 12. That's just over £11,000. But that's actually a normal price for something of this ilk. So it'll be fitted. Alison's going to go down there when they're fitting it, and then we're going to go and take some photos, and we're going to let the world know that we are putting some lovely play equipment in for kids who, you know, who don't get included in things all the time. And I actually think Councillor Harrington's idea about putting in more pieces of equipment, maybe even one in every park that we've got for kids who are, you know, who do have physical difficulties and mental difficulties, it's fantastic. So hopefully by the time we have another meeting, I'll have a photograph to show you all how lovely it is.
So do I. So Catherine, but this again needn't come to this meeting, but it's necessary because it was already sanctioned that we could have the money in the last meeting, so that's fine. It's an update really, that's all it is today there on that one. So thank you very much, Catherine, for all the hard work you've been doing to get this done. Now item 10 on Vulcan Park. I don't have much information on the paths at the moment in time, so again, can I pass it back to you, Catherine, please?
Yeah, sure, that's not a problem. It literally is just an update, because I know a couple of people have asked about it. The company that are doing the pathways did start, but because of the weather, they can't work unless it's a specific temperature, because it won't set. It doesn't set the tarmac. So they're coming back at the beginning of March to complete the pathways, when hopefully it's not freezing and snowing and nasty. So that was just an update, just to let everybody know it's an ongoing thing and it's all in the works. It's just a temperature and a weather thing why they can't complete it.
Yeah, because once again, the money's been granted, so it's just an update on that.
Chair.
Come back to council again until it's been done.
Okay.
Chair, sorry, can I?
Councillor King?
Yes, can I just ask? I mentioned where they've done sort of patching where the tree roots were, it's quite a bit raised there. And are they going to look at flattening that bit or not?
Yeah.
That's part
Sorry,
of it.
Chair, yeah. I asked Alison about this because I said it looked a bit rubbishy. And she just said that it just wasn't completed because of what had happened. It wasn't completed properly. But that it actually, it will be flatter when it's complete.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But okay, Jen.
Can I just ask Councillor Harrington, while we're talking about parks, are we still doing health and safety checks on these parks?
Every day.
Are they still going to do it, Catherine?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that's okay.
Yeah.
Who is the officer responsible for the health and safety then? Is it just Alison?
Yeah, she will. All of the estates team are health and safety trained, so they go around the parks and check that there isn't anything obvious that you know, children or anyone can hurt themselves on. There's any issues, and then if the lads find them, they report them back to Alison, who comes to me with them, and Alison has a look. She makes sure that, you know, Vulcan Park is fine as well. But they're all health and safety trained, but Alison's the lead on that one. Right. Sorry, Chair, you've got two hands up. You've got Councillor Wilkinson and Councillor Williams.
Wait for you to finish speaking there.
Sorry.
Okay.
Going on.
Who was the first with the hand up there on that one?
Councillor Wilkinson, I think.
Councillor Wilkinson.
You're on mute. Yeah,
that's better. That's because I've gone on my phone now. Can you pass on thanks with regards to Alison? An issue that both myself and Councillor Briggs, Herbert Briggs, brought up about the path edging. We've noticed we've been in through the park. They are being all cut back. We were reminded that it was winter work, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't like to be out there in the weather that she's been out in there doing that. So could you really pass on thanks with regards to that? As of the path tarmacking, the COVID monument, if they're coming back in March, we're looking at towards mid to late March for the COVID monument. Now then, there will be a path that does need to be dug up to put services in for the COVID monument. Could that part of the tarmac can be held back until the groundwork is done, so that we don't end up having to come back and patch? Is that something you could take with Alison? You really need to consult with Alison on that one, because she's doing the groundworks. It's just I wouldn't like for us to put new tarmac down to then have to come and cut it up and put a patch in. That's usually what happens on a road. You know, they put a new road in, then they come and dig it up.
That's good
Yeah.
thinking, Councillor Wilkinson. Thank you. So we'll leave that with Catherine to sort out with Alison there on that one. So that's, as I say, now we're on now item 11, play area development now there on that one. And I want to bring in the Westfield site first. So I know we got as far as agreeing with Allerdale, there could be some kind of agreement of having this site. I think Councillor Melton and I went to have a look and quite happy with the site. And I think, John, you were happy as well, weren't you, with the site?
Yeah, quite happy. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Go
that's
ahead.
a great issue now. Is there any movement now? Can we have an update, please, on what is happening now to do?
Yeah, I've got a site visit on the 26th of this month with play days from Ulverston. They're coming up. They're going to give us advice. They're going to give us price for equipment, what sort of ground we need, price for fencing, everything. Then we can come back to it after that. Our own councillors, Johnny, Stephen, Linda, Blaine, yourself, Philly, if you want to come down, anybody else, come and have a meet us at the Moorclose Community Centre, because that's another project that I'm working on now. It's for a disabled park being put in there, funded by Sellafield. And we're going to do both site visits in one go. Obviously, we're going to meet the Moorclose, so we can do the Moorclose Community Centre first and then go down and have a walk around the site where the proposal is for the Westfield site.
Okay, Councillor Melton there on that one. Catherine's heard all that. Basically, you need to work with the cooperation with the Town Council and Allerdale on this one. What you're doing, I quite admire you for the eagerness that you're showing there to go forward with this, because I'd love this play park to be there starting next year, actually, in our next budget on that one. And it would be brilliant if we can achieve that during the next budget year. But we do need to still liaise on with Catherine and Allerdale to do with this site as well. So it's brilliant what you're doing, Councillor Melton. I appreciate
There's
that.
some sort of cost, Hillary, because of ABC have said they'll do 50%, but we don't know what 50% is yet.
Exactly.
That's why I'm getting prices.
Would you like to come in, Catherine, please?
Yeah. I've actually got a liaison now, because I was supposed to talk to Andrew. Andrew, is it Seekins about this? But he's obviously up to his eyeballs because of the COVID. So I'm speaking to Julian about it, and we're going to have a meeting in the next week or two, and I'm going to try and see what their ideas are exactly, because exactly 50% of what is what I want to know as well.
Well,
and
could we not invite him to the meeting at the same time?
Sean,
Sorry,
Councillor Melton, through the chair, please. Catherine speaking.
Sorry, Chair.
yeah, no, that's it. I mean, I'd be interested to know what your figures are that you come back with, Sean, so that I can have a good idea of the actual likelihood of what it's going to cost, so I can actually go with that and see what we could do as well.
Sorry. Chair. I would like to ask Catherine, would it be a good idea to invite Mr. Seekins or his deputy down to the meeting on the 26th at 2:30, and then we can get a price and he can see it himself. You see the equipment what we're looking for.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I'd like to play my cards a little bit closer to my chest than that. I'd like to have a meeting with him first and find out what their position is, and then if it's appropriate, then I will. Yeah, I'll ask him to come.
Yeah, because you've just said there, as we all know, what is 50% of what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all know what 50% of nothing is, don't we?
Yeah. Sorry, Councillor Hunter's got his hand up.
Councillor Hunt, would you like to come in, please?
Yeah, so I'd like to say, obviously, good on Sean for getting prices and things like that. But what is there like near future of going forward with this? Are we going to get a year and a for that site, or is it still getting looked at? Can we have it or can we not have it? We don't seem to be any further forward yet. Can we get the site? When can we get answers on this site? Obviously, we can't get this site. Well, me and Sean is going to have to look for somewhere else. But we can't move forward till we actually get a yeah or a nay. So,
Right.
so
Okay,
basically still in limbo.
okay. Can Catherine come on this one for you, John, please?
Yeah.
Aye, there's definitely going to be a site there. There's definitely
Right.
going to be a play site there. I know that. It's just
We've
a
got-
case of
yeah,
when.
You have got the green light for there.
It's just about, yeah. The only thing is the negotiation of who's paying for what and when it's going to get done. That's my position at the moment.
Right.
So, John, could I just say to you and Sean there on that one, that money has been put aside in next year's budget to help pay for this display area?
That's no problem. Yeah.
That's been budgeted for, yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. So again, with this one, so we're quite happy with with Westfield, but I think I am myself. Things are starting to move forward, and I'm
Excuse me, Hillary.
Sorry, there's
Two
two
hands
hands up.
sorry.
There's two hands up, Hillary. There's
Okay, I can't see where the hands are.
Sean and Stephen.
Who was first?
I think it
Sean,
was Stephen.
Stephen. Okay, Councillor Stoddart.
Yeah, thanks, Silly. I'd just like to say that I had a meeting with our MP last Friday, and we discussed the Westfield site, as well as other issues in Blue Close and Westfield and Moss Bay. And then I've also had meetings with the Deputy Leader of Allerdale Borough Council, and both the Deputy Leader, Mike Johnson, and our MPs in favour of making this happen, basically.
Yeah.
I talked to our MP last December about this before he became our MP, like, you know, and then he was on about bringing this forward and giving us help and support, and then awfully upfront money from his 106 agreement, even though there hasn't been any planning applications or any developer has came forward to develop the site. But both the MP and the Deputy Leader of Allerdale Borough Council are 100% behind this, so I can't see any problem with it happening. So
Okay.
it
Okay.
should be all systems go when we get things organised, basically. Yeah. So
But I'm pleased to say, for once, Workington Town Council is slightly ahead of the MP and everybody else, because we've actually budgeted for this and we are moving forward. So hat off to Workington Town Council for
yeah,
being
without doubt. Yeah.
big boys.
Good stuff.
To you on that one. And I'm quite proud to say that, actually, because we do an awful lot of work at Workington Town Council to help our communities there on that one. So there you go on that one. So item 11.1 is Merkel
Sorry, Hillary, you've still got two hands up. Sorry to interrupt you. You've got Councillor Melton.
signal, actually. So who's got their hands up?
Councillor Melton first, and then Councillor Williams.
Councillor Melton.
Thanks, Chair. It was just to ask, how much have we put aside as a town council for this park? And the site that we looked at, you do know has moved now to the other side of that field. It's not the old wreck.
The site, as far as I can tell you there on that one, is a site that was approved on the drawings. And Catherine will be able to tell you more, pinpoint it more for you there
At the bottom, yeah. Just when you said about the site visit, me and you looked at the old wreck site.
Yeah, it's not there. It's not there.
No, that's right.
We did discuss this, Sean, where
It's how much money we've got. How much have you put away for it?
But it doesn't really matter at the moment in time. There has been money put away further, but still, like you just said, we don't know the exact costings there on that one.
Exactly, but I'm not asking that. I'm just asking how much money have we ring fenced? That's all I'm asking.
What I'm trying to say to you, there is money put aside to kind of be sufficient to pay for this.
That's fine. I understand what you're saying, but I would like to know a figure.
And if it's not, Councillor Melton, we can take money from elsewhere to do so.
So can you just give me a round figure?
This is the moment in time I can't know. I don't think.
Back to me with letting me know how much, please.
Sean, to be honest, I don't really want to say the figure at the moment, and I'm trying to be as blunt and as honest as I can. My problem is this is public. This meeting is public and it can be seen. And if we say we've got X amount, then Allerdale are going to want that.
Understood, Catherine. But I just said there, could somebody please let me know privately?
Oh yeah, I will. I'll give you a ring, Sean, and I'll talk to you about it.
Can I come in on that one, Catherine, please? Can I keep you in the loop on this one?
Yes, absolutely.
Please, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Councillor Williams has got a hand up.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Williams.
I know it's nothing to do with Westfield or anything, but what about Northside Park?
We're coming on to that in the last part, Linda.
I didn't see it on my agenda.
I know it isn't stated. It is Northside. It's stated there on the background to do with the.
Oh, so down the bottom background one, yeah.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
Sorry.
We're nearly there, lass. Yeah, nearly there.
Right.
So basically, happy about this Westfield one. What we're doing then is that's to do with Sean and to John.
Yes.
Yes, I think they're doing a great job.
Yeah, good. They're on that one. Now we're coming to 11.1 and the Moor Close goalpost. Now, I'm awfully sorry to tell you this, Councillor Stoddart, but this has come to the wrong committee. It needs to go to the Culture Committee.
I did say that, Hilary, but I was shot down.
Okay, so it's just my budget.
But I talked to Catherine, didn't I, Catherine? Didn't we have a conversation about this, Catherine, maybe about a fortnight ago? And then it was suggested to put it on to the Environment Committee meeting. When we
I got sorry, say that again, Stephen. Sorry, I've missed you.
I spoke to you a fortnight ago, and then didn't I say, can we get this on our next meeting? And then you says that you put it on the next Environment meeting, assuming because it's play areas, children's activities. So doesn't football not come under play facilities? I would have thought, because it's in the environment, isn't it?
Can I come in there, Catherine?
Just would you like to come in, please, to reply? You're the chair.
You're the chair, please.
Yeah.
It's Stephen. I wanted it on Monday's agenda because football, anything to do with football is a cultural. And I did ask you twice, but it was categorically, it's definitely environment, so I left it. But it would have been on Monday, it would have been on Tuesday's agenda because it's a really good, absolutely fantastic thing you want to do, but it's got to go to the right committee.
Sorry, I assumed the same as Stephen, that it was because it was play areas. I assumed it was.
I did tell you all it was cultural through sport.
Right.
And there's £12,000 just sitting from last year.
So can I just come in on this one for you, Stephen?
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, there's more money in the culture pot than what there's in the environment at the moment in time. So it's not a bad thing, really, what's happening here is to go. I know it's going to be delayed another few weeks, but then again, it's winter time. And
so through the chair, is there any possibility Stephen could put a presentation to the Culture Committee? We could have an emergency meeting.
Is it an emergency, Councillor Stoddart?
You can leave it for another 6 weeks, it's all right.
You're all right.
It's
we're in the middle of winter, aren't we? So we'll just we'll leave it till the next week.
Because I haven't got enough money left in it. There's not enough, a lot of money left in the pot of environment.
6 weeks more won't make much difference, Hilary. We'll just wait. But all the players, all overworking. It doesn't matter where the player is. That for all the kids in working and the surrounding areas. So it doesn't matter where the play areas go because there's kids in Salt that come play at Moor Close and vice versa. There's kids in Moor Close go over to the north side to see their friends and cousins. So all the play areas for all the kids in working and the wider community in West Cumbria.
Okay. The play areas are environment though.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We'll just leave for the next culture reading.
And as I just said, with play areas, we're getting a bit tight with our budget. Because the budget's been spent now for this year, it's gone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Working on that one because basically, I don't know much about this with the presentation of it. Where you're wanting your toddler swings at, Councillor Stoddart. I have no idea where you're wanting to put them. There's nothing here to say where you'd like them to go.
Well, I previously had a site meeting with Chris Bagshot, and I've talked to Catherine about this as well. But and I had a conversation with Alison as well. It's at the end of one of the new tarmac, and then just next to the gate as you're walking in the site, we would probably have to have a site meeting first to have a look at it, to see what was what. I had a site meeting, was it the previous week with Linda Blaine and John came on a site meeting of the area, and I showed them the 3 councillors for the area what I was hoping to do. You see, so it's catering for the under 5s. It's getting 2 under 5s play swings on the Moor Close Green because 20 odd years ago there was play equipment all over that site, but then it got taken off, and there's been nothing on there for the last 20 years. So there's 2 generations of kids grew up in Mill Close, we'd no play facilities. And then if you look at Westfield, Westfield's the same. Because when the park closed, the back of Windsor Road there, the kids have had no players in Westfield either. So both Mill Close and Westfield have been deprived of the kids in here have just had have had no play facilities at all. We have a run down play park on Crummock Road, which we're going to be talking about a bit later, aren't we? You see,
Okay.
but both areas are crying out for play facilities so that our kids can get out of this house, out of their houses when this pandemic's over, and get out and play and enjoy themselves.
Okay, I understand, Councillor Sutton. So
Yeah.
basically, can I go in the loop here for a site visit?
Yeah, no bother.
There's no good. The chair, if the chair doesn't know what's going on, I can't do much about anything. I have to
No,
be kept in the loop of what's going on.
Yeah, no bother.
So we can arrange that with Catherine, and Catherine's got her hand up to speak.
I want to apologise. That's my fault, because when Steve talked about it with me, I assumed it was play area equipment, and that's what that came across. Well, that's what we thought it was.
Yeah.
So, Stephen, if that's I apologise.
No, you're
for
okay,
that. It's my
Catherine.
fault, I'm sorry.
Okay, because
No
basically, I don't think it's up for us to tarmac on other people's land, because this would be Allerdale land, is it, Councillor Stoddart?
It is, but the situation with the football post is, right, they need to be fixed into concrete and tarmac. So if they aren't fixed in properly, if you just fix them on top of the tarmac, they'll pull away and break, you see it. So I've told David Bride, the construction manager at Allerdale, and he's given us a price to put this concrete and tarmac at the end of the new tarmac. It's going to cost between 12 and 1,500 quid, he said.
Okay, so possibly, looking back to what we're trying to do in Westfield, we can do the same with what you want to do, Councillor Stoughton, sorry, is bring Allerdale in and find out what potential there is for sharing the costs.
Well, I couldn't imagine Allerdale, because Allerdale put
Allerdale, if you don't mind me saying so, Allerdale are willing to come to a sharing point with the one at Westfield. It's a new kind of thing that's going around now. They've got plenty of money in the pot for this, actually. So basically, if we could cut it to a week, if you could apply to Allerdale first, you might be shortening the time we have to wait to see what.
When I was an executive, when I was on the executive at Allerdale, the first thing I asked the council to do was to put a new tarmac on the children's play area, and next to give us £10,000. So we have a fantastic new children's play area now. Allerdale's already put £10,000 into this project. So to ask them for some more money, we can always ask them, but I just think that this is Allerdale land, but we are the working town council up behind Allerdale, are we?
But as again, I've just said, Stephen, we have budgeted for this year, and it's not on our budget for next year. And I'm saying it might quicken things up for everyone if Allerdale would chip in a wee bit. And we
I imagine them getting us any more money, will they?
Worth trying.
They've already given us £10,000 for the tarmac, which is a big sizable chunk of money.
Well, we'll have to put that to committee when it finally happens that way, Councillor Stoddart. But as I said before, I'll be pleased to go and have a site visit. Then I know what I'm talking about when I'm doing the chair work. So we'll see how it goes from there on that one. So I'm sorry about that. It's not very good news either there for you, but we will try for you and see what can happen.
Well, the kids have been waiting for play equipment on that site for the last 20 years, so another 6 weeks more might be the difference.
No, that's fine, Councillor.
Yeah, no bother.
I'm pleased you're being so obliging with your feelings there on that. I thank you for that. So basically, coming down to the background of the budget 2021, we're going to review the budget tonight, our budget on the environment tonight, or we're going to wait till a later date and it's truly finalised. Councillor Catherine.
You can have a look at it as it stands. I'm quite happy to, because I've got it here to share with you.
Yeah.
Or we're having a meeting on Monday night to re-look at it, because I've added a couple of things to it.
Okay.
The last time we looked at it. It's up to you what you want to do.
Can we not wait until Monday to find out?
Yeah, sure.
I prefer to wait until we find out for definite rather than go around with figures that's not quite true.
Okay.
On that
Correct.
a bit of adjustment here to be made, isn't there?
Yeah, it's just a couple of little things that we had to look at. That's all.
Okay, so fire away then, Catherine. It's okay.
So sorry, what you want to wait till Monday?
Well, I would prefer to wait until Monday, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's what I'm saying. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can let the councillors know from there, from this meeting, what is going on. Yeah, you all agree to that then?
Yes.
Agreed.
All right, so basically now,
Definitely.
we're going back now to the background of play areas. It's a bit that's been added on ad hoc here at the end of the meeting. And I think it was, who brought it up before? Was it Linda, Councillor Williamson, that brought it up there? And we're picking up on the one at North Side. I'll very briefly fill in with what I know, and then I'll pass you over to Catherine. They did promise on the 9th of December to do repairs at the North Side play area. And I've been tracking this for the last 2 years with Beth, Councillor Dixon there on that one. And I'm very disappointed by the action of Castle and Coast, actually. And they promised they would take it up to standard where it would possibly be taken over by Workington Town Council to look after. And it has not been done. So can I pass you on to Catherine with more definite information of what I've just said? It is rather disappointing, yeah.
I got an email from Castle and Coast who said that they'd done a huge amount of work. So Alice and I went for a site visit, and what they've done is they've kind of made it sort of health and safety-ish safe from their perspective, I think. But in order for us to take it over, there are some fundamental things that need to be done. There's no gate on the park at all. They've taken the swing off, the swing for kind of older kids, and so that's missing. The actual ground underneath where the swing was is ripped up, so it wouldn't be safe if there was a swing on it. And then where the littler kids would play, there's a piece of equipment it's plastic, but it's all broken. So I wouldn't be happy to have my, a child of mine on there. So I've gone back to them and said, these are the things that we want completed before I would consider taking it to our committee, because I can't take something to the committee that isn't ready for us to take over. But they did say, she wanted a reassurance that if they did the work that we would definitely take it. And I said, I can't give you a reassurance until the work is done.
Okay. So could I just come in on with something with you, Catherine, here on there? To my knowledge, they do charge a ground rent for maintaining the play areas at Northside.
Yeah.
Now, if they can afford, if they're charging people for a maintenance for the play area, why can they give us that money to look after the play area for them? I don't see they should just hand it over ad hoc to us with no contribution for them, and I would like this to be looked into.
Yeah. I'm happy to discuss that.
Because all this money doesn't ever get a rebate to the people, the tenants in the houses.
Yeah.
Areas, and that's wrong. Yeah. It is wrong what they're doing, yes.
Yeah, sorry, Councillor Melton's got his hand up.
Councillor Melton.
Thanks, Chair. It's just, to reiterate exactly what Stephen's doing now, the parks are already in place and they're wanting a refurb, which is absolutely fine, no problem with any of these. But I do think Castle and Coast need to be pulled into line and ask for some money to help do it. If we take it on as a work at the town council, no problem. It's not a problem. And they are desperate for a kids' play park. They don't want a teenage play park. They want a kids' play park. They want it reduced to like a maximum 8-year-old. They don't want teenagers sitting outside swinging, screaming, drinking cans of cider. They want a play park for kids.
Okay.
So, which area are you talking about? This one, Councillor?
That was North Side.
Well, North Side, it's quite a
same as Stephen's, Chair. The park is already there. It needs refurbished. I think we should go back to the housing association and tell them that we need some sort of play area.
That actually, Sean. Catherine did say.
Sorry, Chair, I cannot hear you.
Sorry. Catherine did state that she was going back and discussing with Castle and Coast and getting it up to mark before taking it over.
Well, as we all know, Hilary, they'll go around and make sure that there's no glass in the floor and there's no hole in the fence, and that'll be them.
No, we're not quite with us now. Catherine's on the ball. She knows what she's doing.
Okay. Just off past experience, that's all I'm saying.
Okay. I appreciate your concern, I do. Catherine,
so we've got 2 more hands up. Chair, we've got Steve and Will.
Who was first?
Bill.
Stephen. Oh,
Will.
sorry, was it Will?
Councillor
Sorry.
Yeah,
Wilkinson? You,
David?
Is
Do you
it
want
me
to
or
go
Will?
first, Stephen, or do you want me?
Councillor
I'll let you go
Wilkinson.
for school. Go on, Will. Carry on with it.
Yeah, with discussions, Catherine, with Castle and Coasts, and them wanting us to take it over. It's a legal question, actually. Castle and Coasts already charge, as our lady chair has said, a maintenance fee for this park. Would that maintenance fee, it's possibly questions that need to be asked, is would that maintenance fee then be waived because we would be in control of it? And secondly, would we then hold the freehold of the land?
No.
Or are we just taking on a maintenance contract that we're going to receive nothing for apart from smiles of children?
Can I reply to that, please,
No.
Chair?
Catherine, yes, please do. Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't hold the freehold, we would just manage it. That wouldn't be part of it. Because they actually take a maintenance grant for the play area, that is something that will be in my conversations, negotiations with them. Because if they're receiving that money and we're doing the work, then, you know, thank you very much, but I would like a slice of that for working to town council. So I'll have a chat and see where the land lies with them. But yeah, I assume that we should get some.
Can I come in there, please, Chair?
Sorry, Sean's got his hand up.
All
Sorry.
right, it's just in response to that.
Next.
Thanks, Catherine. It was just to say the same thing, basically. If we're going to take that land on there, quite willing to give us to it, surely they should pay us for looking after or contribute some sort of money towards the upkeep of the park if the working town council are keeping it on.
Yeah.
They can't just hand it over and expect everybody else to look after it, but they're still landowners.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Councillor Melton. Were you wanting to speak, Councillor Studdert, or can I go on to Janet King?
No, I'll say something earlier if I can. Yeah, I had a brief conversation with Catherine a few weeks ago now about possibly asking Castle and Coasts Housing Association to possibly consider giving us match funding to do the play areas up. You know, so I could possibly get in contact with Castle and Coasts myself, or we can do it through Catherine as the town clerk, maybe, you know, to maybe put this idea forward and then see if the housing association would consider giving us some match funding with us and the housing association going halves, and then see where we go from there.
Can I just say to Catherine before I hand her over, I think Catherine would already do this, Councillor Studdert.
Yeah, well, I had a conversation with Catherine a few weeks ago about it.
Okay, but could you come in, Catherine, with a remark on that one?
Yeah, my initial reaction is that I would prefer they pay for it, if I'm honest, because it's and unless they're happy to give it to us. I mean, if they're going to give us the land and the play area, then yeah, we'll maintain it as it's ours. It belongs to Workington Town Council. If it still belongs to them, they need to get it to a spec that in the future we can match fund them. But again, with some type of, you know, maintenance grant from them, maintenance cost from them, for us to continue the work for them, unless they give us the land, in which case I'll say thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor King, did you want to come in?
Yes, please. It was just regarding the service charge to tenants. They can't carry on charging a service charge if we do it, and therefore, or if they do, they are legally obligated to pay us for looking after the land, I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
we're
my
a-
thought, Janet, to be honest. Yeah.
We're a long way off from this at the moment in time, because you'll have to go to full council whether we're willing to accept responsibility for the play areas anyhow. Two different issues here on that one. It same applies, as I say, I don't know what we're talking about on Grasmere, because we can move on to Grasmere. I think we've actually exhausted the north side one, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, and that's fine. So we move on now to Grasmere Avenue, and that goes obviously real close. Anybody like to enlighten me on this? Because I've got no more information than that in front of me. Enlighten me what the situation is, please.
No, I think they were just, if there was any updates on those, they were just because we were looking at play areas, it was just a case of was there anybody, you know, because these are the backgrounds of the different players, was there anything coming up? Or if there's not, then they would just say there isn't. Sorry, Stephen's got his hand up.
Yes, okay. Stephen Stoddart?
Yeah, well, just to carry fly things with the Grasmere Avenue side, the Grasmere Avenue side, the land actually belongs to Allerdale Borough Council, and the Housing Association are just leasing that land off them, you see. The play has been on there for 20 odd years. So if we were to do anything on the Grasmere Avenue Road side, the play area, we would have to work alongside Allerdale Borough Council because it is their land. Okay. So we would have to get in discussions with the Housing Association and Allerdale Borough Council. So perhaps the three of us working side by side could come some sort of compromise and maybe get funding, you know, or help and support, because the Grasmere Avenue site, it's a big area, but it's too big for the play equipment that's on there. So there needs to be major sort of structural changes on the site to accommodate it for children, basically, yeah, rather than all the teenage children.
So, Catherine, can I go over to you now? So basically, what's been said here is to be in negotiations with Allerdale on this level to see if they can get some funding to do this. Because to be quite honest, I do wish I had a magic wand for all this money that's needed to play areas. But as I've just said, it's a very tight budget I have, even for next year. And most of that's taken, as I said before, with the Westfield one, with a new idea altogether. So I'm just wondering if we can go to have a good talk about this at a later date, where we can get more finances from to help in this playground situation. Because I do believe all children should have a play area, all children, and especially disabled. So I mean, it's a big purse we need. So I do think we need to get our heads together and you know, try and look to see if we can get some more money into the pot. I don't know whether you all agree, because I definitely would like more money in the pot to do. Councillor Armstrong?
We do have back lane money, so can we not start putting money aside for play areas as well?
Well, can we have a separate meeting to discuss this, Carol?
Yeah, I was thinking if maybe have a one-off meeting to discuss it all.
The environment off the cuff, and see if we can discuss. We might discuss that on Monday actually with the budget kind of readjustments. Is that an opportunity then, Catherine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, you might find out by Monday then, because obviously I'm very much interested in play areas, and I do with the quality and the quantity and the variance of all play areas. Our children of Allerdale should have it just as well as anybody else. When you go to some play parks, they're absolutely fantastic, and we look at some of them. I mean, mine one at Harrington's been there for 25 years, and it's dilapidated play areas. But I'm willing to concede the fact it's great to get a new one. And I'd love to see these children, as I said before, in wheelchairs being able to join in with able-bodied children. So that's a one dream of my own, is to kind of go for the disabled play area. So I hope you're behind me on that one, are you?
Yes.
Disabled children to have somewhere to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So I think that brings our meeting. It's very quiet.
Sorry, Chair, Councillor Melton's got his hand up.
Okay, Councillor. I can't see Councillor Melton. That's just gone off the picture. Councillor Melton.
Thank you, Chair. It's just to say, yes, we do support the disabled side of it. And the work I'm trying to do at community centre to get a full disabled park is beside the sides. But what I would like to say is what you've just said before, all this money that has been set aside, everybody's wanting it, you had a magic wand for play parks. It just shows what Westfield, Moor Close and Moss Bay haven't had for years and years and years. This is why we need it now. Had it been put down years and years and years ago, we might not be in this position.
Can I just say something?
A left out community. There is, you know, we get cut off up here. There's a big circle right round.
Okay, Councillor.
That's what I'm saying to you.
I appreciate your enthusiasm quite a lot there on that. What I will say to you, and I'm not political, and I never have been, but I'm going to have a political remark to you here now. We're getting things done now because it is the first time the independents are working for the communities. And I think it's starting to show now the work that we would like to do for our community. And as I said, I do
no disrespect, Councillor Harrington, but I would like to see action before words.
Well, as I just said to you, Councillor Milton, you're a little bit negative here, be positive, and we will do
Oh,
all we
positive,
can.
I'm very positive. But you can not knock me for being negative for the years that we've had nothing.
Well, as I say, as I just said, what I've just said has been a positive statement, and I hope you take it in good faith what it was meant.
Yes,
We
I
are all
will.
trying, and we will keep on trying. We want positive feedback everywhere, and we want some money in our pot and get it done. And
Well,
that's
we
all I've
do.
got to say.
I'm watching you, Mrs. Hillary
I'm
Clinton.
sure you are, but I'm sure
Carefully.
you. Sorry, is
We'll
that a
watch you
threat or
very
a promise?
carefully.
Sean, is that a threat or a promise to be watching me?
It's a promise, darling.
Thank you. Okay. All that one. All right. So basically, can I say good night, everybody, and thank you much. I think it's been a progressive and a very constructive night tonight, and to get something done once and for all. So, because I think that. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Good night. God bless.
Night.
Night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye.